In this video, we'll be going over how you can directly edit your metadata. For example, if you did indirect or direct submission and then later realized that something in your metadata was incorrect, you can use this method to directly edit the metadata. For example, if we go here to core directory, you can see a core that I submitted that has some incorrect metadata. So the core that I'm going to be changing today is just test core right here. In this example, I'm going to be changing the depth from 3 meters to 30 meters, and I'll be changing the year from 2026 to a different year as well. The only thing with direct editing of metadata is that you do have to be listed as an owner of the core. So this is specifically going to be column F in the metadata template, and I'll show you that in a second. But if you aren't listed as an owner already, you'll have to contact the lab directly to change any metadata, or you'll have to contact the owner of the core to do that through their account. So to do the direct editing, we're going to go to Submit or Edit Data, then Direct Submission, and then we'll be clicking this button right here, Select Metadata File, Update Existing Core Info. The metadata file that we upload here is going to be in the exact same format as the metadata file you upload during direct submission. If you haven't done direct submission before, please look at the video tutorial we have for that and/or the direct submission section of the user guide. It needs to be done in quite a specific way to work, so please look over the metadata formatting rules before doing this if you haven't already. And again, you can find that explanation in the video tutorial and the user guide, which is on our website. So I'm just going to pull up the metadata file that I submitted when I submitted test core. And so you can see here is the depth that I'd like to change. I'll change that to 5, for example, and I'll change the year to 2016. And like I was mentioning earlier, you do have to be listed as an owner, so that's going to be column F, and that has to be your CoralCT username and not your name. And one more thing is that the name of the core that you're editing has to match the core name that's in our system exactly, and it's case sensitive. If I submitted this, that would result in an error because test space core does not exist. There is one big difference between submitting metadata for editing and submitting metadata during direct submission, however. In direct submission, you can only have 2 rows total, the header and then 1 row of metadata. With this method, you can add multiple rows. So you don't have to edit each core one by one. You can have multiple rows and do it in a bulk submission. And so I'm just going to save that, and then I'll be uploading that using this button. So that'll pull up Finder, so just on my desktop, test core _ metadata. I'll open that and then I will click submit. Now that file is just being sent to our server. Now we can go back and look in the core directory to make sure that the changes were made. So I did have to scroll down a bit to find it, but here is test core. And as you can see, the depth was changed to 5 and the year was changed to 2016, so that was successful. So that's how you can edit your metadata directly and quickly using CoralCT.